Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Spencer Ware. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Come on. Let's go, let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
No. Recon, 132 fight.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yellow. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Watch the run. They're running it. Check three. Watch the edge. Hey, Ripple.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Right there. 56. Watch twist. 15. Scene 6. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the pass. 56 to Mike. 56.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. The first carry now. This is Williams. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun. Mahomes flushed out right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Twist, twist. 22 check bomber. 22 check bomber. Check 24. Watch 24. Check the yellow. You. 15.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 4th down.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
Mahomes on target here to Hardman. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
56. Check 56.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
57. Mike's 56. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike 56. Mike 56.
On second down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Give me that ball, defense. 50, yellow. Give me that ball, defense.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And out come the Chiefs now. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second and 9, Mahomes nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, that, my friend, I guess is Definition of a head scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. 2nd and 5 now. Mahomes looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. Butker's kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be fielded at the 8.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we... You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the 2nd half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And they start the 2nd half with a carry by McCoy. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Under 10.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mahomes buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Check nickel. Hey, 57. 56. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. I don't need to. 56 to Mike, boy. 56. I'm going to come back to you. 56 to Mike. 56. 15. Push him back.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Get in the weight room. Yellow. 56.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Let's go.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yellow. Yellow.
On third down, here's Williams. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Mahomes going to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 30.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
It's going to be a long day. Hey, watch it.
Delayed game, offense.
This certainly feels like they were wanting to go for 2, but weren't really sure they should go for 2. Do we, don't we, do we, don't we? And guess what ends up happening?
5-yard penalty.
That's right. Now you probably line up and kick the extra point.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Play 56.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. Going deep here. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And the failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Frank Clark able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Go ahead, take a seat. You can't remember this. Mike, 53.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Again, it's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now left side on the swing pass. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 45 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that zero. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now.
Extra point splits the uprights as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Watch the run, watch the run. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Check. Color. Lucky.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with 3 seconds remaining as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Charlie. Here we go.
One final try from Mahomes. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.